Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? Hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm excited to sit down today and just have one of those fun videos where we fantasy shop together. Sometimes fantasy shopping, just like putting it in my cart and talking through it, is enough. And then I don't need to buy it. And this is definitely going to be a fantasy shopping video. This is not everything that's on my wish list. Some of the things that are on my wish list I will eventually get. A lot of these things, I don't know if I ever will. They're just so expensive. So this is, very much fantasy shopping. And I was going to make this pretty big. I was going to go through like all the indie brands and things that I want, but that was going to end up being such a long video that I decided to just do Sephora and Ulta for now. Maybe we'll do another fantasy shopping video, another one if you guys want that. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see that. But for now, just Sephora and Ulta. I will screen record my screen and we will go through all the stuff that I tossed in my shopping cart. And if you've tried any of these, you can, talk me into them, talk me out of them, whatever you feel. Today's tea of the day is from Teaviver. It's my favorite place to get, well, one of my favorite places to get Chinese tea. I'm drinking Dian Hong Golden Snail Black Tea. I think it's called Golden Snail because the way the leaves are rolled. They kind of look like little snails apparently. I don't know. I don't really think they look like snails, but they are rolled interestingly. It's a very, very smooth black tea. I'm really enjoying it. Let's begin with Ulta, shall we? So right at the very top of the list is a Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Divine Blush. These have been on my wish list for a really long time. I think if I was going to pick up a shade, I would pick up the shade Flirtatious, which is described as a soft beige pink demi-matte. It sounds beautiful. It looks really, really beautiful as well. And from what I understand, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand, the formula is very buildable. So it's the type of powder formula I really like that's not going to become stampy. You can apply and apply and it'll just become, and it's just kind of hard to overdo. I have a feeling some of you have this blush. So if you do, please let me know what you think and if that's a good color choice. So I have never been one of these people to collect the MAC, holiday collections, but this one this year I think is so cute. It has the snowflake embossing on it. It's so beautiful, and I think I saw a comment somewhere saying that this is like a repeat shade even though they named it differently. Well, it wouldn't be repeat for me because I haven't been collecting these. I do have another highlighter from MAC that I adore. So I have a feeling I would really like this, but it's $42. I thought that was really high. Then again, highlighters are expensive because all the shiny bits in a highlighter are apparently very expensive. So I guess I can see why this is definitely I feel like kind of up there in price. But if I ever do pick this up, I'm probably gonna wait for it to go on sale. It's just a lot for a highlighter. So next in my Ulta cart, I have the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. I keep going back and forth on this concealer. Everyone seems to love this. I don't think I've seen a single negative review. What holds me back though is it's considered to be very high coverage, and everyone I've seen put it on, they apply just a little bit, and I just don't know. I think I would get the shade N2 if I picked up a shade. Let's zoom in on this picture of this woman's face wearing this. Oh no! It looks makeup-y, doesn't it? It really does. You can see it. Did I just talk myself out of this concealer? Maybe I did. Again, if you guys have tried this, let me know what you think. It's actually $30, which I actually think is not too high priced, especially for Natasha Denona. So I think the price is actually not that bad. But I really I get nervous with concealers because I really want them to look skin-like. That model, it didn't look skin-like. Next, I have the Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge for lips and cheeks, and I know that these have been out forever and ever. And they've been on my wish list for a really, really long time. But they did recently expand the shades, I believe. I have the shade Powder Pink, I think. The way that it, in my wish list, I think that would probably be the first one I would go for. The way that it looks on these models' cheeks, it reminds me a lot of my favorite one from Honest Beauty. Just a cream that really, really melts into your skin. It looks so nice. This could be something I could see myself actually getting. But yeah, that's definitely higher up there on my list. Next, I have an eyeshadow palette from MAC. So I know MAC eyeshadows used to be a really big deal, but I've actually never tried them, and I think that this palette from them is actually super wearable and so pretty. This is the Connecting Color Eyeshadow Palette Unfiltered Nudes. Look at those shades. Those are absolutely shades that I could wear, and I did swatch it in Ulta, and I thought it felt really nice. I thought the shades just felt like nice and finely milled. And check out the packaging on this. I think it is so pretty and unique. Honestly, all the palettes that are like in this collection are all so pretty. I'm gonna need someone to tell me if this is actually good. Like, is it? If you've tried this, please let me know. It looks so, so pretty. This is another one that I would be on the lookout for going on sale. I'm very interested to try MAC eyeshadows, finally. I have another eyeshadow palette next, the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude eyeshadow palette. Do I even need to say anything about this palette? I feel like it's everywhere right now. And yes, the color story is totally up my alley. It's definite. I think I would wear every single shade in that palette, which is the first for a Natasha palette for me. I don't usually go for all the shades in her palettes. This one is very pretty. It's definitely on the wish list. I have another Natasha Denona item next. My Dream Cheek Trio. As a cream blush, a glow cream base, and then a glow powder highlighter. I'm honestly not sure if I'm gonna be super into the blush formula that's in here. I do have one other palette from Natasha Denona, and I thought that the blush was a little bit stiff. But when I look at the swatch photos of this, I really like the color story of this. And I have been strangely into like face palettes lately, which I never thought I would. So this is another one. It's been on my wish list since it launched. Oh, I must have been on a Natasha Denona kick when I was making this list. I still have the Biba in my want list. This one I think I could probably take out, but every once in a while I get on like a kick again looking at this palette, like maybe I do need that. I really don't, but that's how I feel at this moment. However, tomorrow I might be like, no, totally, I would absolutely use that palette. So it's in this fantasy shopping cart. It really does look beautiful. Something that's very classic, something I have never tried from Laura Mercier, the blush color infusions. Again, I know these have been out for years, and this shade Fresco, I think, is the one that I hear mentioned most often. It's described as a sheen brown nude, which sounds absolutely delightful. But I actually, like, I don't know much about the actual formula of these. Another one I would love for you guys to tell me about. But this is one of those items that no matter how long it's been out, they still seem to go in and out of stock. People are buying them. They're just still very popular, and it has 5 stars, no, 4.8 stars. So people really like these. And you know, blush is my weakness. One of them. I would like to try this. Next up, I have the NARS Laguna Bronzing Cream. I really don't need another cream bronzer. I really enjoy the ones that I have right now. But this one, honestly, I've seen people apply it, and I actually was like, oh, because the way that it looked on the people I'm thinking of in particular are Taylor Wynn. When she applied this, I thought it looked absolutely incredible on her, and Jessica Braun. I would definitely pick up the first shade, Laguna 01. Does this product live up to the hype? I would be interested to know what you guys think. So this next product, it just made me smile to put this in my cart because I had this at one point. I gave it to my sister. This is the Bobbi Brown highlighting powder, specifically Pink Glow. I gave it to her because I thought it was too glittery. And now here I am enjoying highlighters so much, and I want it again. So here I have Pink Glow in my cart. If I was gonna buy it, I would definitely buy the mini. I'm definitely on the lookout for that. I want that back in my collection. I'm sad. That's one of the very few things that I am missing that I decluttered. And I'm like, okay, I would like that back. So I'm gonna have to buy that again. Happily, the first time I bought it was at TJ Maxx, so it's not like I was overspending there. Okay, so the last product is one that I very rarely hear people talk about. It's from KVD Beauty, which is a brand I really don't care about, but this product really seems right up my alley. This is the Mod Con Liquid Gel Contour, and I don't contour. I would use this for bronzer, but it is a liquid bronzer contour. And the reason why I'm so interested in it is, again, I've seen Jessica Braun use this, and it's a very sheer product. It just looks very, very natural on her skin, which is, when it comes to bronzers, what I'm all about. I like the very natural looking ones. And in comparison to a lot of these other things, the price isn't that bad. It's $29.50. I would pick up the color Fair. So those are all like my wish list, most wanted wish list items right now from Ulta. Oh, never mind. There was one more thing I really wanted. I'll have to take a screenshot of it, but I couldn't put it in my cart because it's been out of stock forever. It's from Half Magic, and it's their glitter puck. A puck of glitter? Yes. It just looks so beautiful. That I probably will eventually get. I can't handle even the name, it's just too much. But if I was gonna pick up all the things that are currently in my cart, it would be $604.50. I'm not gonna do that. This is, again, fantasy shopping. let's go on over to Sephora. Of course, my fantasy self would pick up the Tom Ford Eye Color Quad in Nude Dip. Boring, yes. Gorgeous, yes. Heinously expensive, yes. But if when it comes to fantasy shopping, this is on my list. Also, from Valentino, the Eye to Cheek eyeshadow and blush, I would specifically go for shade number 9. This looks honestly really, really beautiful. I think it's so funny that it's on sale right now for $52 instead of $58. I'm like, hey, yay, whoop-de-doo. I don't know if I'll ever buy this, but it is very, very pretty. Oh, I probably should address the fact that I look like I'm sitting in the dark. I really am. The normal light I have on, because it's so cloudy today, is creating like the weirdest shadow. So I'm just sitting here with my ring light today. Otherwise, in the dark. All right, sip of tea. Okay, now we can continue. So I have wanted this ridiculously simple looking palette from Charlotte Tilbury for so long. This is the Super Nudes Easy Eyeshadow Palette. And look at it. It looks like super basic and easy mattes. Actually, they're not mattes. I have swatched this in store. They're a really nice kind of satiny formula. It's like, honestly, kind of a formula that was between a matte and a satin. It's like neither. So I was very, very interested to try the formula, but it's $60. And Charlotte Tilbury doesn't really go on sale. So this is one of those products I just kind of eye from a distance. Maybe one of these days I'll use my YouTube money and treat myself to it. But for now, I'm just definitely fantasy shopping it. So another thing that's been on my wish list for a super long time is from Patrick Ta. This is the Major Headlines Double Take Cream and Powder Blush Duo. I had one of his monochrome blushes where it was just powder. I gave that to a friend. I just didn't use the shade that often, but I am super interested to try this. So the shade that I would pick up is the shade She's Blushing, which looks like kind of a beautiful rosy beigey color. I'm just very, very interested to try his powder and cream technology, his technique, because if you haven't heard before, usually you would do cream and then powder. Well, he does powder and then cream on top of it. And just from watching other people do it, it looks gorgeous. I would love to try. Love to try it. Ooh, a couple more things from Charlotte Tilbury. So I've been looking at this Pillow Talk lip wardrobe set from Charlotte. She often releases these types of sets, and I think that this one's actually a pretty good deal because it does come with a full-size lip product in it. So it comes with a mini of Pillow Talk Medium, which I had regular Pillow Talk. I would like to try medium. And then a mini of Pillow Talk Medium of her lip liner. Then there's a mini gloss in Pillow Talk, and then a full size of the Happy Kiss lip balm in Pillow Talk, which I really do like the Pillow Talk shade. I'm pretty positive I would really enjoy all of these. By the time I come to making a decision about actually getting this, I'm sure it'll be sold out. So, but for now, it's on my list. Another Charlotte Tilbury product, the Cheek to Chic blush. So even people who generally don't like Charlotte Tilbury, I heard a lot of people say that they still like this product. The shade is just really, really lovely. So this is another product that's been on my list for a super, super long time. Nothing too exciting there. We can move on. I see in Sparkle Clean Multi-Dimensional Glitter Eyeshadow from Give Beauty, which is Gwen Stefani's brand. So this is in the shade Twinkle, which is described as sparkling, it's supposed to be silvered, but it says slivered champagne. You know, somebody's gonna fix that, but sparkling silvered champagne. And just looking at how it looks on the models, it looks so beautiful. You guys know I'm really into these kind of wet looking sparkly shades. And even though it's described as a silvered champagne, it looks like it has enough pink in it to where it's still like not too silvery. Absolutely gorgeous. I have another set in here. So for Make It Forever, the mini artist color pencil lip and eyeliner set. When I saw this, I was actually like, ooh, I might actually get this. I've had several of their shades on my wish list for a really long time. Make It Forever has these pencils that you can use on your eyes, lips, cheeks, just whatever. And several of their shades are favorites for so many makeup artists that I follow. And this set contains those specific colors. It has Anywhere Caffeine, Wherever Walnut, Limitless Brown, and then a black and a white. I'm fine getting pencils and minis. It takes me such a long time to use pencils up, whether it's lips or eyes, so I would be happy, honestly, to get minis. That is one where I'm just like, ooh, I would love that. Something else from Give, the Check My Glow Multi-Dimensional Illuminating Talc-Free Highlighter. It's such a long name, but specifically the shade Homegrown Glow. I did get a chance to swatch this in store, and I thought it was a beautiful, peachy, lightweight highlighter. And I did swatch as well the shade Platinum Cowgirl. Cowgirl. They're both very, very pretty. But I thought the shade Platinum Cowgirl was more similar to a lot of other things that I already have. So if I was gonna get one, I would get the shade Homegrown Glow. I really just cannot buy all these highlighters. There's just too much highlighter, but I admit I want them all. Oh my goodness, this product from Gucci, the Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. It's a $65 bronzer. I don't know if I can ever, even if I'm treating myself, I don't know if I could ever let myself do that. The actual bronzer does look really, really beautiful. Specifically the shade 1 looks like a really good bronzer for light or fair to light skin, but it's also the compact for me. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen such an appealing bronzer. The compact is so pretty. It's one of those products that I feel like you would keep out on your vanity. If you ever used up the bronzer, it'd be definitely something you pressed something else into it. Like, the compact is just so stunning. So yeah, definitely on my fantasy wish list. I have a couple things from Givenchy. The first would be the Prism Libre Loose Setting and Finishing Powder. This is so popular. I would pick up the mini. I was so excited when I saw that they released minis. I'm really not sure what shade to get. A lot of people I saw getting shade 3, which is the rosy shade, which is more brightening, I guess. But I'm really not sure what shade I would get. But since it takes me so long to go through powder, I would be absolutely fine with getting the mini. Plus, it's much more, well, I mean, it's $29, so it's not cheap, but it's not nearly as expensive as the big one. Another thing from Givenchy, I really want to try the concealer. This has been going kind of viral, hasn't it? The Prism Libre Skin Caring 24-hour Hydrating and Radiant and Correcting Creamy Concealer. So I don't know, I'm thinking maybe the shade N95, but that might actually be, just because it's neutral, but that might actually be too light for me. But let's zoom in on this model and see how her skin looks. You know what? I don't think her skin, her under eyes, look very good either. You can tell she's wearing makeup on her under eyes. Yeah, I'm just not impressed with these concealer photos. I don't know, maybe I'll talk myself out of that one too. I might just stick to the ones I like. I really like the Kosas one. I really like my Glossier one. I like my e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. But some of these that are going so viral, they're really, you know, tempting me to try them. Here's something ridiculous. It's from Westman Atelier, the liquid super loaded all over illuminator drops with vitamin C. These are $58. It's just a glowy, serumy thing. But I do think the shade Peau de Pêche, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, looks so gorgeous. Like, when I swatch through this and see it on the model, I'm like, oh, whoa, that's stunning. And I did see a makeup artist use this in a video, which is how I even knew about this. I don't think this would even be on my radar if I didn't see that artist use this, but it really did create the most glassy, gorgeous, just skin kind of glazed look. Like, whoa. But again, $58. This is another one, definitely fantasy shopping. I don't see myself honestly ever truly getting that. It's a lot for, you know, some glowy liquid. There's a lot of those types of products out there. Makeup by Mario, I still haven't picked this up. I do feel like I'll eventually get one of these. The Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. A couple of the shades look interesting to me. I think the one that I would get would definitely be Barely Blushing, which is the kind of nudie one. I absolutely love the bronzer formula of this. So, and I hear good things about the blush, which I likely would like it since I like the bronzer. And lastly, something I've been looking at literally every time I go into a Sephora big enough to have Gucci, I go and look at their lipsticks. Specifically, the Glow and Care Shine lipsticks. I mean, these just look so good. Everything from the packaging to the colors. Oh, these just look absolutely stunning. So the shade that I think I would buy first, because, you know, let's be real, I have more than one shade on my wish list, is the shade Lynette Stone, or is it Lene Stone? Probably Lene. It's a brownie nude, but look at it on the model. Ooh, right? Just, ooh, it looks so yummy. And I find I'm really, really drawn to these types of balmy lipsticks. First of all, just balmy lipsticks in general, but also the kind that come in these skinny tubes. I just love the aesthetic. Oh, speaking of, I actually just got this recently from Ravie Beauty. I'm wearing it today. This is the shade Lily. Ravie Beauty is Allie Glein's new brand. Anyway, the whole reason I brought it up is because it's the same like skinny tube. When I saw that she made this, I was like, oh yes. You made that for me, didn't you? Anyway, I just wanted to show you this. I think it's really nice. Anyway, so that product from Gucci would be my last fantasy item that I would be shopping for at Sephora. If I was just gonna check out with the cart I have right now, it would be $684. Wow! I did find myself talking myself out of stuff in this video. I think this video was very therapeutic for me. Thank you for doing this with me. I would be interested if you were fantasy shopping at Ulta, Sephora, what would be the things that you would pick up? It would be really fun, to do this video again with indie brands and then with places like Saks Fifth Avenue or Credo, where you can get brands that you can't get at Ulta or Sephora. So again, let me know if you want to see that video, but just thank you so much for hanging out with me today as I just talked a lot about pretty shiny things. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye.